Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and we got a spotlight on story here. We're going to talk about Lockjaw and the Pet Avengers. Now, this is a 4-issue miniseries, all right? And we got a list of credits here. We got Chris Eliopoulos, he's the writer. We got Ig Guavar, Guaral. Sorry, man. Brother. So Ig Guaral on art. So that's drawing the pencils and the inks. And on colors, we have Chris Sotomayor. Honestly, Sotomayor is the only person I know in this particular story. Seriously, I don't remember ever hearing of the other ones, but whatever. The writing is good, the art is good, everything about this is good. Seriously, this is a really lovable, fun comic. I don't know why somebody can have a complaint about this. Now, here's the thing, straight off the bat. This is considered to be a what if. It doesn't say what if on the top, but just like in Elseworlds, it's considered to be outside of the standard Marvel universe. This is not the regular Earth 616, completely different designation. But nonetheless, nothing that happens in here necessarily is off kilter. So it could have technically happened, just it didn't. Anyway, guys, we start off on the blue side of the moon, the only part of the moon that actually has an atmosphere, the blue area of the moon, created by the Kree long time ago, and the predecessor to the Kree Skrull Wars. Anyway, this is the history of that. This is where the Inhumans are living at the time. At this particular moment, this is back in 2009, this is where Adelan was. So Reed Richards goes up to Adelan, he's talking to the Inhumans, specifically Medusa and Black Bolt. And he's like, listen, the Infinity Gems are out there. We got to find them because you never know who can come across the Infinity Gems. So I have it on my scanners that one of the Infinity Gems is right here someplace on Adelan. So can you help me out? Find this Infinity Gem. Find all these Infinity Gems, because if anybody gets a hold of these, big trouble. Do you remember when Thanos had them? So I'm referring back to the Infinity Gauntlet. Now, Lockjaw comes up and he's like, oh, hey, look at this. Really cool stuff, man. All right. And guys, don't forget to check out, I put it up on the same day, Lockjaw Explained in a Minute. Yeah, you'll like it. So Lockjaw goes out and starts looking around and hanging out, and he's digging up the ground, and he actually digs up the Mind Gem. Holy crap. What are the chances of that, right? So he takes the Mind Gem and he gets a little bzz. Whoa, what's going on? So he runs in and he goes to try and give it to Reed and Black Bolt and all them, because he can read their mind that this is what what they're trying to do. So they're just like, get out of here, crazy dog. Medusa's like, okay, go away. So he does. He teleports. He listens. He obeys. He's a dog. So he teleports down to Earth and down to New York City. So yeah, he's a little bit sad and whatnot, but he figures, okay, these humans and Inhumans aren't going to figure this stuff out. I'm going to do it myself. So he goes down there and he meets up with a new character-ish. Old character, but retconned a bit. We're talking about Puddle Gulp. Now, if you guys are big Walter Simonson fans, you will know of Frog Thor, okay? Puddle Gulp is that when Thor first came down and got transformed into a frog, Puddle Gulp is the frog who met him and talked to him. And Thor's like, why, I'm a frog, you're a frog, but how come I can understand you? It's like, oh, I used to be a human. There was no story, no explanation given for that. Well, here, Chris, oh geez, here goes the name, Eliopoulos, okay, him, Chris. Chris decides, I'm going to actually give a backstory to this character. So Puddle Gulp explains, because Puddle Gulp is standing there in his whole Throg form. Thor, frog, get it? And he's got a Frog Mjolnir. Anyway, it's a weird name. So he's like, are you an enemy, dog? Because if you are, know that I will defend my people, my clan. So he's actually more like Beta Ray Thor than he is actual Thor. He's trying to defend his people from the rats and all that stuff. Good stories. Go back and read them. So, what do you call it? Lockjaw's like, no, I'm not here for all that stuff. And we don't see what he's saying, but Frog Thor's like, oh, okay, wait a second. You didn't speak those words. Why do I understand you? Oh, you're speaking to me telepathically. Remember, he's got the Mind Gem. So these are just animals. They don't have the super smarts to do these amazing things with these items, with these items or powers. So they're not going to fully unlock what the gems can do. But he is able to make a teleportation link between him and the frog. And this seems to be a running thing throughout. The frog actually stays up on his little antennae and hang out with him, and they talk to each other that way. The frog out loud and Lockjaw mentally. So he says, how come you're able to talk? He's like, oh, well, let me tell you my story. So the story is that his name is Simon Walters. Get it? A play on Walt Simonson. Awesome. I dig it. So he was a football player, and he had it all, and a beautiful wife, and then his wife died, and he went into total heartbreak, and he spent all his money. It's kind of like a Doctor Strange story. Spent all his money trying to, find out, like, what can I do about my wife? Oh my God, I'm so sad. And then he comes across a psychic, and he's like, hey, and she gives him some information, really good information, but then he can't pay her, so she curses him. That curse, he got turned into a frog. Yeah, so you're a frog now. Ribbit, dude. So anyway, he's crack-a-dooming away, and he explains all of this stuff. I really like the story. I'm just saying, I really love that they actually gave a story because Walt Simonson just kind of left that open, and he left that for somebody else to fill, and Chris did. So bully on you, man. That was awesome. So at this point, they go off to find, what's his name? Lockjaw. They go off to find Lockjaw. They're trying to put together a team. All right, so they go to Xavier's mansion and Lockheed. Can I really? Lockjaw and Lockheed. You understand the mistake, right? They find Lockheed, the dragon, not really a dragon. Anyway, meet up with him, and that was Kitty Pryde's old dragon. And this is around the time that the X-Men had died and deserted. So it's really sad. Lockjaw's just oh yeah, poor me. Well, they recruit him, and he's like, I will do it, but I will do it in the honor and memory of my X-Men. If the screen goes blank, it's because that plane that's out there crashed right into my apartment. Just saying. Anyway, so they go off and they start looking for some more people. Now, they go and they're able to find Red Wing. Red Wing is interesting. Red Wing is what's his name? Falcon's bird. His falcon specifically. Goes off and he finds him, and he's really haughty-taughty. He's really up there. I am the noblest of all creatures. I'm a flyer. I'm a bird. You're all lowly creatures. Whatever. It's like, dude, shut up, man. Who knew that Sam Wilson's bird was such a jerk? Anyway, so then they go off and they find Niles. Niles is actually Speedball's pet. If you remember Speedball from the New Warriors, eventually became Penance for a while. That didn't work, so like, oh no, retcon, he's back to Speedball again. No, he's good. He's comfortable with killing all those kids on the bus. Anyway, which he didn't technically do. So it turns out that Niles also got that power, that speed bubble power. So the kinetic energy, he'll bounce around all over the place, and yeah, he's basically got a little force field on here that will actually repel physical attackers. So and since he got the same power, Niles got the same powers as Speedball, Niles wants to be called Hairball. The irony. So, and hanging out with Hairball, actually more like bothering Hairball, is Miss Lion. Do you remember Miss Lion from Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends? Miss Lion is actually a boy, and they make a big joke about it here. We knew that from watching the cartoon, but they actually have it on there that they're making fun of him, saying like, wait, so you're a guy, but you're called Miss Lion, but you're a guy. And Miss Lion here is great because he doesn't get it. Whatever it is, he doesn't get it. And he's just running around, jumping, playing. Want to play catch? No, we don't want to play catch. We're trying to save the world. Okay, can I be on your team? Why do you want to be on the team? I want to be on the team. I want something to do. I want to help out. I can help out. You don't have any powers. Yeah, but I'm a dog. I can help out. The cat hates Miss Lion. But Lockjaw actually says, no, I want this guy on the team. So we're good. So everybody's okay with it. So they go out to look for a gem. And what they do is they actually go off to the Savage Land, and they're looking around for a gem, and they do eventually find one. They find first off they get they find the one gem. It's a time gem, and Lockheed holds on to that one because he's the one who actually finds it. But they get attacked by a dinosaur. Now, Miss Lion's funny because she gets she gets distracted and she comes back. And sees the gem. It's like, oh, you found a new friend. And the cat, man, these two are great. The cat actually says, that's Niles. No, what are you doing? We found a gem. It's not a friend, you idiot. So Miss Lion is like, no, not that. That friend. Turn around, it's a T-Rex. So they've got to fight off this T-Rex. It's actually not that hard because all of a sudden Sabu jumps out. Kevin Plunder, that's Kazar. Yeah. So Kazar's cat, Sabu, the giant saber-toothed tiger, comes out, chases the T-Rex away. It was just a mother trying to guard her egg, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But no blood will spill this day, but if you attack my friends, blood will spill. It'll be yours. And it's like, dude, calm down, all right? 2 words, cold shower. So, yeah, they're able to now wrap up that little part. They got 2 of the gems, but the other gem is close by, but not close by. It's strange. So they use the time gem, and they go back in time to an older time in the Savage Land to find this other gem. And when they get back there, there's a devil dinosaur. So Sabu goes and has a conversation with him. Devil Dinosaur is yelling, and Zabu's like, what? Hey, we're old friends, and gets yelled at again. Oh, really? So they start roaring back and forth. Finally, Zabu's just like, okay, I'm out. It just books. Like, what do you call it? Niles Hairball is like, I don't think I've ever seen a tiger run so fast. So they're like, what should we do? Big red dinosaur is about to eat you. They book. They discretion is the better part of valor. Never forget that. So they jet. They're out of there, man. So they go chasing, and Lockheed's like, Red Wing's like, okay, we're not being followed anymore. The creature has given up pursuit. Sabu's like, I don't get it. We're friends. But he acted like he's never seen me before. Well, Lockheed has also been to the Savage Land, and him and some of his race have actually met Devil Dinosaur, and here's the problem. That's a younger devil dinosaur. So we're obviously back in time. Like, we get it now. So they point out, listen, I already found the time gem, the next gem. The problem is the gem is actually over there in that nest that devil dinosaur is guarding. So they have to go back and they have to fight, and they're doing a pretty bang up job. But whatever, man. They finally wrestle the gem away. And they're able to escape. But, they're not doing so good. Anyway, it's the space gem also that they're able to get from Devil Dinosaur. So they teleport out of there. And unfortunately, Devil Dinosaur doesn't join them. Wouldn't that have been awesome? Whatever. So they teleport over water, over the ocean. And then they, of course, fall in. The flyers, Lockheed and Red Wing, are actually trying to pick them up, but they don't. They get snagged. They all get pulled underwater, and they eventually faint. Now, they wake up to Namor's Honor Guard turtles. Yeah, it's actually a thing. It's a thing. So they've developed the ability from their ancestors to create air bubbles, pockets of air for people to breathe in, surface dwellers, So, boom, they didn't die underwater, even though they got knocked out down there. It's like, we're willing to help you out. Don't worry, we'll push you wherever you want. What do you need? It's like, okay, we found out that there are actually 2 gems nearby. 2 of them. It's like, all right, sweet, but, we'll help you out. Where do you want to go? They start going. All of a sudden, they abandon them. They're like, oh, screw this. We didn't expect this. We can't wake the beast. Like, what beast? What are you talking about? Oh, crap. And it's Giganto. Yep, Giganto. That's his name. Do you guys remember Giganto from Fantastic Four, issue number 4? All right, Fantastic Four 4, but volume 1. Yeah, I recognized the beast right away. Saying I just had to find out which issue it was and the name of the damn thing. But it was a giant beast in Fantastic Four, issue number 4. When it was actually Namor's first Silver Age appearance also. He'd been gone since the Golden Age. So he shows up, tries to steal Susan Storm. They're all fighting and whatnot, and Namor's like, what? So he goes and grabs a conch shell and blows on it. And you like that sound effect? And Giganto comes out to sea. Just this big whale with arms and legs. And starts going after them. Like, oh crap. So they actually wound up killing Giganto. But as far as continuity is concerned, that's not a big deal. It's a creature of the sea. Maybe just looked dead and threw back in the sea and eventually healed after all this time. These things sleep most of the time anyway. So anyway, it's Giganto. And the cat is the best, man. The cat is the best. Because Hairball, because he's just the whole time, like he gets down there, he's like, hate the water, hate the water, hate the water, hate the water. Then the turtles show up. Hate the water, hate the turtles, hate the water, hate the turtles. And then the dog starts talking. Hate the water, hate the turtles, hate the dog, hate the water, hate the turtles, hate the dog. So they start swimming, and then all of a sudden there's Giganto. Hate the water, hate the turtles, hate the dog, hate the giant whale. And it's too much. At one point, he actually freaks out and starts screaming, I can't take it anymore. And scratches and managed to wake up the whale. So the super whale, Giganto. So yeah, wakes up and just gulp like it's nothing, So like plankton. So they get eaten up. They go down. The cat is still freaking out. Cat's like, okay, cats eat fish. Fish don't eat whales. What the heck? So Miss Lion tries to be helpful. He goes up and he's like, yeah, but whales are technically mammals. The cat's like, da-da! Smacks Miss Lion. He goes flying, lands right in front of the two extra gems. So it brings it back. It's like, ooh, can I have one of the gems? Can I hold one of the gems? Can I hold one of the gems? Oops, and falls down like a klutz. Lockjaw's like, yeah, no. No, you shall not. So they gives out the two gems. What is it? Hairball gets the soul gem. Sabu gets different gem. What is it? One of the other gems. I don't know. Is it the reality gem? No, it's not. Anyway, it gets one of the other gems. I don't remember all the gems where they were allocated. But anyway, so they have to teleport to the last place they need to go to, but Lockjaw is exhausted. So he's just like, okay, I could do one more, but then I'm out. So he does, and they end up on the White House lawn. Oh yeah, they're on the White House lawn. So and Lockjaw's this gigantic freaking human dog with a tuning fork electrified on his forehead. He's out. He's totally out. So that kind of hurt. So it's like, okay, we got to get inside. How are we going to do it? I got an idea. They decide to mail themselves in. Big, gigantic box. Lockjaw's still sleeping. Mail themselves in. Somehow write everything, get the correct postage and all that stuff. They mail themselves in. They get taken in. I guess they weren't scanned yet. Go figure. And they're like, okay, so let's get in here. Let's figure this stuff out. It turns out that the reality gem is already inside the White House. And it's on the collar of Bo. That's the Obama's dog. Yeah. Oh, for crying out loud. Even his dog is famous. Okay, so that's what they do. They have to go and try and get that. So eventually they're able to get up and they get Lockjaw awake enough as they're pulling him up and down these stairs and whatnot. Throg comes face to face with Bo. It's like, listen, here's the deal. Such and such and such. Dog seems willing to listen. All of a sudden starts barking like crazy. Charges towards one of the entrances. Right outside that entrance, there's Thanos. Yeah, this happened. So Thanos picks up the dog and pulls the one of the gems off of him. If that was a reality gem, then I guess this other gem would have been the power gem. So, Sabu got the power gem, I guess it was then. So anyway, there, bang. That's what happens for the most part. They, for crying out loud, Thanos, of course, wants the gems and is like, okay, you're going to give me the gems. And I know you understand me. Well, Miss Lion starts screaming and yelling at Thanos. The problem is all Thanos hears is bark, 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 woof, 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 chow, 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 yow, yow, whatever. So they're like, okay, humans can't understand us. They're not smart enough. That's Thanos, man. He's a deviant eternal. He understands, all right? Anyway, so, so a fight breaks out. And they're all trying. And the funny thing is that Niles is the first one to jump. But Thanos just, whoom. And dude, you all got to understand. Thanos is a powerhouse. Like, that's what he does. He's got these powerful concussive blasts. Miss Lion jumps in the way. Takes the brunt. Dies. Hairball, of course, has the soul gem. So what do you think he does? Brings him back to life. You will pay for what you've done. Vengeance shall be mine. Surprise his skull didn't ignite. But then all the rest of his hair probably would have ignited. I know, it's a cold fire. So anyways, cold fires aside, brings Miss Lion back to life. Miss Lion's trying to talk and finally says, I know what we should call ourselves. The Pet Avengers. Well, Throg actually already said assemble back in like issue 2. But now in this one, he's like, Pet Avengers. Assemble. Frog Thor is cool, man. Like, he actually beats the crap. Oh, I never explained how he got the hammer. When Thor's goats, Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder, came and picked up Thor, and he was able to change into a 6'6" tall version of Thunder Frog. He became the Thunder Frog. One of the teeth, Grinder or Gnasher, one of the goats, stepped on the hammer in a weird way, and a chip of the hammer fell off. So that little shard, Puddle Gulp picked up, and that's when he became worthy and turned into Throg. So that's how that came. So he finally fights in this one. Takes the hammer and just boom. He's actually doing not so bad of a job, but unfortunately Thanos is just, like I said, an absolute powerhouse and just backhand him. After he's ow, what did you do to me? So yeah, the beatings have ensued. All of them wind up getting trashed. At one point or another, every single one of these guys winds up getting trashed, with the exception of Miss Lion herself. So now, and Bo actually gets tossed. That's funny. It's like, give me this collar, and throws it. So he's got the reality gem at this point. But as far as everybody else is concerned, he's like, listen, I know you understand me. You will surrender now, or I will kill all of your friends. So Lockjaw is obviously like, oh, crap. Okay, fine. Throg's like, you're going to betray us? Really? You're going to do this? And Miss Lion is even screaming, what? You're going to just give the bad guy the stuff? So Throg is like, okay, well, if you're going to give him all the gems and you're going to be, cowed, fine. You deserve to be collared. So takes Bo's collar, wraps it around Lockjaw, all right, ties it around. So now he's got that on. He's like, here, go and bring these gems to your master now, and puts all 5 gems, not on an infinity gauntlet, but on an infinity collar. See what he did there? So he's got 5 gems on there, and he just, boom, attacks Thanos with the power. Now again, Thanos has the reality gem, so it's not a completed infinity gauntlet, and there's only but so much that Lockjaw is able to unleash, able to unlock, I should say, because, the soul gems, they have a lot of power. You just have to be of aware enough ability to unlock them. Anyway, so they fight back and forth, and they teleport to different places in the world, in the universe even, and eventually Thanos just talks a little bit too much about, I'm going to kill your friends. Lockjaw actually gets the reality gem from him and then banishes him to another dimension entirely. So Thanos is gone. He's out of the picture for a good long time. And when that happens, he goes back and it's like, hey, so I got all the gems now. We're cool. He says, we're going to get rid of these gems. I'm going to send you guys back. But before he does, he sets up a psychic link with everybody so that they can always talk to each other. Hairball, again, he's like, great. Now the dog's always going to be in my mind, talking about Miss Lion. So that was welcome and funny. So that being the case, teleport off. And right as they leave, you see that Bo was also affected by that ability. So Bo now has this. Bo is, again, if you forgot, Obama's dog. Bo is now attuned to the psychic link at this point. Too many dogs on this team. 3 dogs on this team now? Come on. So anyway, Bo stays with the White House, but now has the psychic link. And call on them and vice versa anytime they want. Anyway, so they go back to their original homes. Lockjaw goes back to the blue area of the moon, starts licking Reed Richards again. And this time, here, big red, stretchy, stupid dude. Red? No. Big Blue. Big Blue, stupid, stretchy dude. Here you go. Also, smartest man at the time. I'll have to take stupid away also. So anyway, the idea is, gives him all the gems. It's like, oh, wow, Black Bolt, we can never speak on this. Oh, wait, you can't speak. Okay, you know what I mean. So that actually happened. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Lockjaw goes back to just being a dog. And everybody's happy. And that's pretty much it. Again, guys, this comic came out in 2009. They do have Pets, Lockjaw, and the Pet Avengers Unleashed. I think that is the next one. Whatever, I'm not going to go hunting for it. I was going to look on the internet, but whatever. Anyway, they do have another 4-part. This was 4-parter, and they got another 4-parter out there, and they've got a bunch of different smaller references and like one-shots or, you know, a backup story, whatever, for the Pet Avengers. They were actually wildly creative. In fact, the exact same creative team, is on the next Pet Avengers story. They add an extra colorist for whatever reason. I don't know, just too much work. But yeah, really good stories. This is a near and dear story to my heart. Again, guys, check out all the Inhumans that I've done so far, including today, Lockjaw, Explained in a Minute. Guys, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed the story. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.